Today we're going to be talking about meme coins and the gold rush that is starting to move into the crypto markets, breaking down a ton of meme coins for you. You do not want to miss this one. This is going to be awesome. So my name is Paul Barron. Welcome back into TechPath. All right, so it all began with this post here by Vitalik. This is his blog. And he basically looked at meme coins, because I think a lot of people look at meme coins more as just scams and, those kinds of situations. He looks at it a little bit differently. And what his statement was is, what else could they be? Couple of points that he kind of hits on the blog. If you look at it, there's two categories he kind of looks at as being the leaders. One is the charity tokens, charity coins. And then also the other is Robinhood games. And this is kind of a version, not Robinhood the exchange, but Robinhood games in the essence of kind of how meme tokens would reward, lower token value versus greater token value. Kind of like Robinhood, steal from the rich, give to the poor, that kind of thing. And those are the two models that, of course, create community in both cases, which is really what some of the meme coin frenzy is really all about. I think a lot of it, when you get into this, is part fun, part obviously financial, but also if there's a cause or there's a principle behind it, it does kind of play into it here. Now, of course, we have to go into some of the big winners right now. Of course, WIF being one that we play with often here on the channel. And of course, if you just look at the movement of WIF, it has continued to climb, holding at about $3.73 right now. If you go over to CoinMarketCap, you kind of go over here, and I'm sorted by 24-hour volume right now. You can kind of scan down there. There's the king of memes at Dogecoin. But guess what has happened? WIF has now surpassed Shiba Inu. So for WIF to do this in such a short period of time, pretty impressive, I think, just in general. And again, this gets back to that whole community craze that drives these. The current WIF holders got dropped Mu, and this has now become kind of one of the big leaders also in volume. As you can see, it's overtaken WEN by a lot, so up to around 60 million just in the volume. So Mu, another meme token that's moving into that space. So there's many other situations that kind of brew into this, and one of them that is really starting to percolate is Avalanche. Now, Avalanche, of course, is, I would say, really starting to deliver on the ecosystem. Remember, this being a layer one, and also getting into memes and them saying and supporting the meme token community. I think this is a smart move on Avalanche's part. And what it boils down to is them supporting these specific 10 tokens, meme coin tokens, that really starts to amplify the community. And I think they've already seen some big successes that has given them the idea of going in this direction. You look at their efforts into gaming, they already understand what that gaming crowd looks like, collectors, etc. All of that is starting to play out here on Avalanche. And if you go over to TraderJoe, you can kind of see meme coin rush right here. I'll kind of zoom in on these so you guys can see a little bit better. But right there is Kakinu, Tech, No Chill, Kimbo, which is one I like, Meow, Kong, and some of the others down there, as you can kind of see. If you hold any of these tokens, you can go ahead and stake and get a multiplier of how many you hold, along with, of course, the meme coin itself. So this is another opportunity to kind of get into some additional profits there if you're holding these kind of meme coins. Here, of course, going into Stakehut, this is just showing you that if you pair this up with AVAX, the token, you can kind of see pretty crazy numbers here. There's Kimbo AVAX right there, Kakinu. Crazy, 145 versus 183. That's just nuts in terms of liquidity. Now, again, remember, full disclosure, meme coins are always super, super high risk. It's not something we condone or say, hey, you guys should go do this. This is just showing what's happening within this ecosystem, within these communities. All right, so this is a good one because all of these rewards are powered by YieldYak. And let me kind of expand this video here. This is interesting because most of the time when you stake, it goes into a pool and then that's a transaction. Then you have to say, okay, I'm going to go claim that and then send that back in if you want it to continue to be staked upon. So you get compounding. This is actually doing it for you, and it's doing it like streaming. You can kind of see the total amount streamed per transaction right there. So you've got Tech AVAX right there, Kimbo AVAX, all of that happening right now. This is somewhat unique and very interesting especially, I wonder when we start to see this kind of use case in other tokenized assets of and we've talked about streaming rewards in the past. This is a good example of how it's done. Let's get into a further into this, of course, over on Joe Pegs. This is where, which by the way, if you guys have not got one of the Kimbros, you probably should check one of these out. This is a public mint that is not completely done yet, but there's still a few left. So if you guys are looking to maybe get a Kimbro, which is part of the Kimbo token, go ahead and take a look at that. You'll start to see a little bit more tied into that. So could this be, kind of the mad lads of AVAX? Could this be something that becomes very big? Just a limited supply, so 63%, 21, 13 out of the 33 that are available. So that is another reason, I think, to kind of take a look at that. Remember also that we talked about a giveaway in the NFT side of things. This, of course, also in AVAX being Pulsar. We've talked about Pulsar, and you can still get this. Now, I know some of you guys were saying, hey, Paul, I had problems with that. Pulsar fixed it. They got it together because they weren't ready for, I think, the amount of people going after this referral. So you can still get this. Just use the referral code, my name, Paul_Barron, and you'll be able to get that. And this is going to be a special pack that is available. And this is going to give you an opportunity to earn rewards within the Pulsar ecosystem. When that goes live, if you're holding these, good on you. Let's get into another thing that's getting ready to happen. Right here is Wolf is getting ready to go mobile. If you're a Chapter 2 owner, which I think a lot of people are, probably on our channel, because we still, I think, are #1 on the referral for Solana Mobile. And if you are, you're going to get the Wolf token. I think this is another big reason why, and this is something we talk about often, is that the benefits of these airdrops and what airdrops can do for brand recognition. This is a good example of how Solana has been able to do that with Chapter 2. So cool on that. Let's go over also, I want to get into the Saga airdrop that is coming. Take a look at this clip.
We token gate promotions. We recognize digital communities, gamified engagement, and the way that we can do promotions completely different than anything can within the Web2 world, which is perfectly suited for the Saga phone perks. We've actually grabbed a couple of the Saga phones off eBay so that 1, we could test, 2, we can put one in a prize pool and make that something that's available as we start to release our digital community competitions. But that ability to tap into token gating a promotion to the Genesis token that you get with the Saga phone. That's an awesome way to be able to really showcase the technology that we've built.
Now, this I've talked about before, full disclosure. I'm an advisor for this company, Devour. And reason being is they're one of the few projects out there that I've seen that has real utility and use. And if you look at the chart, it's gone crazy here recently. But I think people are starting to open up to the idea of what Saga means for, and this is something I've talked quite a bit about here on the show, is that this really changes the idea of promotions and how brands will create these connections to consumers. So it's a pretty cool tool set that they've got going. All right, so one last thing is make sure and check out our link below if you want to get one of the Sagas. I think there's still a few of the Saga Chapter 2 phones available, which will drop a special NFT in your Phantom wallet or whichever Solana wallet you're using, which will start to generate benefits. And that will be some of the ones, just like what we explained there with Devour. Another thing with their project that I think is interesting, this is kind of an unknown secret about them, is this thing they call the industry pass. And what it boils down to is think of this as a member. It's like $150. You get unlimited delivery, you get a VIP level, you get 120 in DPAY rewards, which is done like $10 a month. So you get that. Then you get the 5% in addition to that on all your orders for food. So basically it pays for itself is what I'm getting at. So this is another project that I think is doing some very cool things. And especially when you think about how blockchain connects to brand, value, IP, intellectual property of a brand, the ability to kind of connect consumer without that middleman, this I think is a very cool opportunity for the future. All right, so let's get into another topic right here. So speaking of Solana and more airdrops, this is one that is a project that could be coming full steam ahead. Now, what this project consists of, it's called ZEUS Network, and what it's going to do is basically bring all this Bitcoin liquidity into the Solana ecosystem. You can kind of see the angle and the process of how it works, tying in through ZEUS Network, obviously the Bitcoin network, and directly into Solana SVMs. So I want to jump over to another tweet here just to show you this was all voted on. And right there is ZEUS Network, which won by a lot. was number 1, and then Sharky was number 2 there. So this is the ZEUS Launchpad. April 4th is when this thing goes live. ZEUS token is set to launch. It'll be the first ever Jupiter LFG Launchpad. That's a big deal. All again, as I said, April 4th coming on. So get ready. You may see some airdrops coming. This, of course, is a little bit interesting because in the next 48 hours, you're going to be able, they're going to announce the extra percentage allocated to Jupe holders. So if you've been doing a lot of these transactions, the likelihood is you probably got Jupe in your Phantom wallet, which is cool because all of this has been compounding. You probably got Win. There's probably a lot of airdrops. Remember, always be cautious on all of these airdrops, some of which are scams. The key here, do your business, disconnect. Do your business, disconnect. Kind of like a VPN in essence. Just, that's the best way to do this under these situations. Just to show you the kind of things that are going out there with AI. Look at
we are initiating the launch of our very own meme token. Therefore, I have a genuine affection for Sonic, and as a tribute to him, we have chosen to name our token SolSonic.
All right, so does that look real? That looks really pretty real, right? This is the kind of ads that are playing out there right now on the YouTube communities. So YouTube has not been able to catch these. Be diligent in security. This is just something you should be doing all the time. All right, here's another project that's probably going to end up doing some airdrops. This is basically potentially a project that's going to be merging AI with meme tokens. So this is something to be kind of be watching as well. So Carve put out this standard, 7231, for a new token standard, NFT standard on Ethereum, and it got approved. So this is kind of validation of that. Here, of course, is the identity aggregated NFTs. This is kind of this Web 2 to Web 3 identity to NFTs. Something we talked about and just showed that diagram of Web 2 versus what Web 3 would look like, which is kind of basically pulling out all the middleman. So this is another project that's probably going to end up doing some airdrops. Carve Protocol right there. They're doing this thing called the Soul Drop, which is kind of this interim token until Carve gets ready to launch. Now, one of the things you can be doing is, of course, connecting different kinds of tools, and you've got Carve Play, Steam, MetaMask, Ronin, different wallets, etc. And the way this works is it's utilizing a direct connection of your data. Now, why is that important? Because you're going to be earning the ability to get these airdrops. That's one of the benefits of what they're doing. Remember, this takes out the middleman, so it's basically your data. And when you're engaged with your app or your like Steam, etc., your Xbox, etc., that be able to connect to this, that's going to give you, I think, kind of the next generation of user identity that you own, and only giving that up for rewards. And that's the idea here, is you get a Soul token. Now, the Soul token, you'll be able to, as you can see down here at the bottom, this was just showing all the different connections you can make, is you'll get, coming soon, will equal some point of ARC. This will be the rate of conversion once they get ready to go live on this. So it's just another project out there that's kind of going this direction. Again, communities is what this is really boiling down to. All right, so let's go over to Base a little bit here, and this just shows you their meme token, Toshi, which is Armstrong's cat. Not to be overplayed here from what's happening over in the AVAX ecosystem. And of course, Dog and Me. All right, last up is Benji, Base NG, I should say. Benji is the token name. This is another Base project out there. And if you look at the volume right here, you can kind of see 34 million market cap, almost 5 million in volume right there. So there's no reason this one can't take off as well. I'd love to hear your meme token. What do you guys, what community are you joining? What kind of NFTs are you guys collecting? Make sure and drop some comments down below out there. If you're not in the Diamond Circle, that's our own. One day we're going to probably launch an NFT for that. But the point is you get additional content from us. It's also a great way to connect to us directly through our Telegram. Only the Diamond Circle members can get to. Make sure and join that. And hit me up on X. It's just @PaulBaron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechBath.